Hi, cat lovers, and welcome to the channel. I didn't want to appear on camera, but here we are. Let's see how it works out. I look forward to all your comments asking me which generation of potato I filmed this on, and whether or not I close my eyes when I give myself home haircuts in the bathroom, which I actually do give myself haircuts. Anyway, um, today I want to talk about something that maybe I should have done a long time ago. Just a simple introduction. If you're a DIY musician or you've already heard my music and maybe you're already following me, you might be able to relate or find this interesting. And even if you don't know who I am, this might be for you too. Let's see. So, my name's Bill, and I've been releasing music as the Darph for about the past 5 years or so. My goal with this channel is to build up a small audience as I write, record, and release new music. I'm not good at social media, never have been, and I've neglected the promotion aspect of my music for a very long time. I'd like to release different types of videos here to add just another creative dimension to my music and engage any fans that I might have or gain along the way. So, a little about me is I've been releasing music as the Darph since 2018, like I mentioned. But before that, I'd been writing and performing original music for almost as long as I can remember, since I was barely a teenager. I was drawn to the arts from a very young age and lucky enough to have friends with musical talents, and their parents were also musically gifted, and they exposed me to the idea that I could write and perform my own music, just like all my favorite bands that I saw on MTV. I was the kid in school who was the best at drawing. I was known for being very creative. So when I was 10 years old, I asked for a guitar, and I got one for my birthday. And it was very disappointing. See, what I got was a kid-sized classical guitar, nylon string, that no one in my family knew how to use, and my parents thought that it needed a tuning fork to work. So I might as well have not have had a guitar. I had no support in learning it, and honestly, it wasn't an instrument that I felt connected to. I knew what a proper guitar was by that point. Fast forward to my 14th birthday, and what do you get a 14-year-old? You can start giving them cash, because what the hell does a 14-year-old want? So, again, I was lucky enough to have a great friend whose girlfriend at the time, her dad owned a music shop. And so I took the $200, $300, I forget what it was, that I had gotten for my 14th birthday, and I went into that girl's dad's shop, and I picked out what looked like a Fender Strat. It was a Washburn, whatever. It was green. I like green. I liked it then. I like it now. And I brought it home, and my parents were absolutely pissed. They told me, they said, take it back right now. And I said, no. I've been wanting a guitar. I want to play music. This is, what I am drawn to. This is my thing. And after some fighting, we made a deal. I negotiated with them. And the deal was this. You learn to play one song. You can cover one entire song in 1 week. You get to keep the guitar. You don't learn it, and you bring that guitar back. And so I learned how to play Today by the Smashing Pumpkins within that week, and I got to keep that guitar. There was no such thing as being internet famous back then. There was no social media, no way to just instantly share your work with the world like there is today. The closest thing we got was MySpace, which I think was actually pretty cool. Still think it's cool and better than what we have now. But I was writing and recording music, and I wanted to share it at that point, regardless of how good it was. I started a band in high school with a rotating lineup of members, and we played a handful of gigs. I went out on my own. I played some solo shows with just me and an acoustic. Nothing ever really came of it because I was too far from where everything was happening and didn't have the connections to the circles that would get me a steady supply of collaborations and gigs. I had moved by that point, and my friends that were musically inclined were just too far away. We started losing touch. After that, I hit a rough patch. After high school, I drifted a bit. I did get into a music program, where I did study for 2 years, and I had to drop out. I was struggling with mental health issues, some substance use issues, and I had left that program because of it. And it took me from around 18, 19 until my mid 20s to get back into music. I got help, I got my shit together, and by that point, I had to start being realistic and get a big boy job. So I went ahead and worked fucking shit. After high school, I sort of drifted for a bit, and I did get into a music program where I studied for just 2 years before dropping out. I was struggling with some mental health issues that had been following me around for years and dealing with a substance use issue because of it. It took me until my late 20s to be well enough to get back into music. I got help, got my shit together, and by then it was time to be realistic. I had to get a job and survive. After I recovered, I started getting my gear back, starting with a nice used Epiphone, which I used to go out and start going back to open mic nights. Fast forward to sort of modern day, recent history. Not long after that period in time, my late 20s, I met the woman who would become my wife, and my musical career was pretty much set in stone as just a hobby by then. I had a wife, I had a mortgage, I had a baby on the way. In the months that leading up to my daughter being born, I thought I'd never have time for music ever again. I decided I'm going to record one more record. I took on the stage name the Darph, and I'll explain the meaning of that name another time. And I recorded one last record. Having a kid, that was tough, but life wasn't over at that point, and I was pleasantly surprised. I could still record music, and as my daughter gets older, it becomes easier to find time for music, which is great because I could tour if I ever got the opportunity. I'm in a privileged spot now where my day job allows me to build custom studio space and get practically any piece of gear that I want. And while I wish I could be out performing and collaborating and sharing my art with a larger audience, this is all right too. That said, I would trade what I have for a chance at being out there and sharing my work again. And that's sort of what I'm trying to do here now. So what's next for me is I'm at a point now where I want to take this sort of to the next level. I hope that my music is good and that I could find an audience somewhere. Part of that is reaching back into my past and being more vulnerable, opening up more, and to be frank, just adding vocals to my song. Something that I haven't done in more than 5 years that I used to regularly do. And it now, but these are the choices I've made. This is where life's taking me, and it's not over yet. Things can change, and so it's sort of with this video, I guess, and with this new record I'm working on, that I'm wanting to sort of hit a reset button and maybe redefine what my limits are. Maybe I could do more than just record albums and release them on Bandcamp and hope somebody hears them. Part of getting to that place, though, is being more vulnerable, which means opening up, writing personal lyrics, and actually recording them on my songs rather than the instrumentals I've been recording the last 5 years. I hope what I do inspires others and makes me worthy of earning, maybe some supplemental income that I can reinvest into making even better music that inspires more people, and eventually, hopefully, in time, in the next 3 to 5 years, maybe this is something that I could do full time. A guy can dream, right? But whatever it is, whatever audience I find, I promise to be my authentic self. And be vulnerable with you guys. So that's that's who I am. That's where I'm going. And if that's something that you can relate to, something that sounds like your story, let me know. Leave a comment. Hey, drop a like, please. Subscribe, maybe. And I'm trying to be more social. So down in the diddly dooblies below, that's where all the links are to follow me on all the socials. Please do go ahead and check me out there. We can only go up from here, right? And yeah, this is where I start to ramble. It's the end of the video. What do people do at the end of videos? If you made it this far, cool, thank you. Also, hey, feel free to insult me. I know there's a lot of dickheads out there who love to write the mean comments. And I'll be honest with you, yeah, it hurts my feelings. So if that's how you get your kicks, go for it, because you're definitely going to hurt my feelings. All right, bye.